Welcome to Tantrum Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Today we'll be looking at board games launching the first half of November 2018 on Kickstarter. And I have some winners to announce for these t-shirts. I'll do that at the end of the video, and also some new giveaways. But before we jump in, I wanted to talk about Tantrum Con real quick. February 15th, 16th, and 17th, 2019. One of our sponsors, Bezier Games, gave us a bunch of these New York sliced pizza games. And we are going to have a premium event where if you are part of that event, everybody will get a copy of this game. And of course, we'll have pizza there too. So we're excited about not only that event, but a bunch of other events that we'll have at Tantrum Con. So you can check out more information about that at tantrumcon.com. Let's get started on today's video. Real quick, I wanted to mention two games that will be launching on Kickstarter October 30th, Project Elite from CMON, and Welcome 2 from Deepwater Games. These first few will be launching on November 1st. Mammoth from Soaring Rhino Games is a 2 to 4 player tile placement game. Players take on the role of mammoth herds by moving around and transforming the board from invading brambles and trees to beautiful flora and grasslands. It offers competitive and co-op play. Pedigree is a game about breeding animals for 1 to 4 players being published by Solid Rock Games. In the game, players try to make the most money by raising the best animals and building reputation for a state fair. There's dice rolling, hand management, simultaneous action selection, variable player powers, and it's all built on actual genetic biology with phenotypes and genotypes. Grey Fox Games launches Reavers of Midgard. It's divided into 6 key areas: recruit Reavers, trade with villages, raid keeps, raid villages, conquer territories, and battle at sea. Star Colonies explore, build, and conquer with a deck building, area control, space combat game. Ludic Dragon Games launches Dungeon Universalis, a dungeon crawler board game for 1 to 6 players that takes 1 to 3 hours to play. Steve Jackson Games launches an expansion to Munchkin Steampunk, Girl Genius.
Cultistorm, a co-op game from Purple Meeple Games.
Indie Boards and Cards is taking Aeons and Digital on November 5th. On November 5th, we'll see Glyph Chess. Ares Games launches Sword and Sorcery Ancient Chronicles on November 5th. It's an epic fantasy co-op board game for 1 to 5 players. These next few launch November 6th. Extraordinary Adventures Pirates from Forbidden Games. It's a gateway game that uses deck building and set collection for 2 to 5 players and takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. You become a pirate captain sailing 3 ships through the Caribbean in search of rich merchants to plunder and friendly ports in which to trade your booty for riches. Matt Lloyd is bringing Terminus Breach, a game for 1 to 4 players. It's a tower defense board game with semi-co-op play. Eagle Griffin Games launches This Is Only a Test, the pre-apocalyptic game of civil defense. In Taco Ninja Adventure, you can train in the dojo, attack on the field of battle, attack the enemy in the dojo, and keep track of your life totals. In the game, you play on 2 teams of 2. Chinook Games brings a tile placement game called Borders of Kanta. It is a game for 2 to 6 players and takes about 40 minutes to 2 hours to play. Elf Creek Games brings a 2nd edition to Atlantis Rising. It's a game for 1 to 6 players, takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. It's a co-op worker placement game. And it's got art from one of my favorite artists, Vincent Dutray. We'll see an exploration game from Triple Ace Games called Exploriana. Monolith is bringing Claustrophobia 1643, which re-implements claustrophobia. It's a miniatures-based survival game set within the catacombs.
Welcome to DinoWorld, a new roll and write from Alley Cat Games.
Parallel Games launches City of the Big Shoulders, a game for 2 to 4 players that takes about 2 to 3 hours to play, that uses stock holding, tile placement, variable player powers, and worker placement. Capstone Games brings Pipeline, a game for 2 to 4 players that takes about 2 hours to play. I believe I played a prototype of this at Origin's Game Fair a few years ago. It's a route building and tile placement game. Playware Hobbies brings Oddbods Go Cards to Kickstarter. It's a game for 2 to 5 players. It takes about 20 minutes to 60 minutes to play. It has a modular board, variable player powers, hand management, and some Take That. These next 3 launch on November 7th. Oak and Iron from Firelock Games. It's a naval game set in the age of piracy and imperial expansion. The Perfect Moment from Button Shy. Players are racing to rewrite history in their favor using a deck of only 18 cards. Awkward Guess is getting an English version. It's a one-of-a-kind deduction game for 2 to 8 players. These next few launch on November 8th. Strange Space Games brings Arcane Alley, a game for 2 to 6 players that uses Press Your Luck and Set Collection. In the game, each player is a merchant wizard competing to sell items for gold while minimizing the infamy gained from their leftover unsold items during a round's inspection. We do a playthrough and preview video of this one. Time Slug Studios launches Whales Destroying the World. It's a card drafting bluffing game for 3 to 6 players that takes 10 to 20 minutes to play. Holy Grail Games re-implements Rallyman with Rallyman GT, a game for 1 to 6 players that takes about 45 to 60 minutes to play. It's a roll and move game with a simple yet exciting dice mechanic that invites players to push their luck and navigate the terrain as best they can on the modular board. Will you take a risk and squeeze every last second out of the track, or you play it cool and avoid spinning out on hard corners, bumps, and other treacherous terrain? Yuri Dice launches a new dexterity dice game called Flick Fleet, a game for 2 players that takes 10 to 30 minutes to play. On November 10th, Poison Studio launches The Eternal Battle, a game for 1 to 4 players that takes anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours to play. It's a cooperative tactical board game with RPG elements, with miniatures and terrain. There are 2 story-based campaigns made in fantasy settings. It uses dice rolling, grid movement, and of course, co-op play. For fans of this strategy game called Intel from Fisher Heaton Games, they'll be launching an expansion to Intel on November 12th. It is called Firewall, and it brings a solo play to it. November 12th, we'll see Mechanisms from the DinoWorld company. This is a team-up with Derek Funkhauser from Board Game Spotlight and DinoWorld. As you can tell, the game is all about board game mechanisms and some metagaming. On November 13th, we'll see Earth Asunder, a tactical strategy game that uses 40mm miniatures. You command a summoner with epic powers from one of the surviving factions. Although fearsome, they are not indestructible, and their true power lies with the ability to summon forces through rifts and unleash terrible arcane spells to vanquish your foes. November 13th, Maple Games launches their second game on Kickstarter called Imagineers, a game for 2 to 4 players that takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play that uses pick up and deliver, set collection, and tile placement. On November 13th, we'll see Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice, a game for 1 to 4 players that takes anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours to play. It's a co-op tactical board game of infiltration and assassination. On November 13th, Penguin and Panda Productions launches Onimaru. We played a prototype of this at Origins Game Fair this past year. You experience Eastern mythology as you protect villages from terrible Oni and their hordlings. It's a co-op dice placement game. Work together or be overrun. Jelly Bean Games launches Jabberwocky on November 13th. It's a sequel to The Lady and the Tiger, which will feature 5 all-new unique games in one box. On November 13th, Asmodee Games launches 1001 Odysseys. Players work together in this co-op fantastic space adventure game. So we'll be putting out a lot of videos from the games we just mentioned. We'll be doing a playthrough and a preview of Mammoth from Soaring Rhino, a preview of Pedigree from Solid Rock Games, Extraordinary Adventures Pirates from Forbidden Games, we'll do a preview of that, Taco Ninja Adventure, Atlantis Rising the 2nd Edition from Elf Creek Games, we'll do a preview of that, Arcane Alley, Strange Space Games, Whales Destroying the Worlds from Time Slug Studios, Rallyman GT from Holy Grail Games, get a preview of that as well, The Eternal Battle from Poison Studio, the expansion to Intel, Earth Asunder, and Penguin and Panda Productions, the Onimaru game, we'll get a preview of that. So, the winners of these t-shirts, we've got Charlotte and Philip. I've already contacted you, so get in contact with me and we'll get these t-shirts out to you. So we have the Meeple one and this, trust me, I'm not the trader with the cool back. These are all found on our Etsy store. I've got another one here with we call this the Meeple Thinker shirt, so you can check out more of the t-shirts and product that we have at etsy.com, the Tantrum House store there. So for the next giveaway, CGE sent us a bunch of promos, and we have here some more words for the Codenames game. And some of the words are, I got it already out here: Euro, roleplay, expansion, geek, loss. We've got illustrator, analysis. We've got alchemist promos. We've got galaxy trucker promos. We've got adrenaline promos. So lots of cool promos to give away. I'm going to pick 10 winners. 10 winners. And in the comments below, in order to get a chance to win one of these promos, you can say what game you're interested in for Essen Game Fair, since that's right upon us here. So any game you're excited about or interested in, tell me in the comments below from Essen Game Fair, or any game that you're excited about from the list that we just talked about. Well, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to Tantrum Mouse, and we'll get some more videos out to you soon.